Hey guys, I am Jacob Peterson. This is the Prepper's Bunker Outdoors, and today I want to talk to you about the bushcraft knife you didn't know that you have to have. That would be the Casstrom Swedish Forest Knife number 10. Now, I've had this blade for quite some time, and honestly, I thought that I had already reviewed it. I've been using this blade for a while, guys. I could do a full review right now, easily. And I didn't even realize that I hadn't done this review until someone was like, "Hey Jake, how do you feel about that Casstrom knife you've got?" So, what do you mean, how do I feel? You've seen my YouTube reviews, haven't you? And he reminded me that I, in fact, did not have any YouTube reviews on this knife yet. Well, what happened was I had got most of the filming done on a review a couple times. Something came up and I wasn't able to finish it. So I feel really bad, actually, that I haven't reviewed this knife and shared it with you guys, because it is worth paying attention to. This knife is so awesome. So what we're going to do here is I'm going to talk to you about the specs of this knife and show you some pictures of its use in the past. And then we're going to talk about specifics like usual. We're going to do this as a quick review, and the reason I'm not going to do a full review is you're going to see this knife very soon going head to head with some of its peers. And let me tell you guys, there is no production bushcraft knife on the market today that puts this Swedish forest knife to shame. It is just that good. This Casstrom Swedish forest knife has a blade and handle length of 4.5 inches for an overall length of 9 inches. The spine is about 3/16 of an inch thick. The full knife is 8 ounces. The steel is Böhler K720, which is also referred to as O2. Not O1, but O2. I'm going to talk about that a little bit more when we talk about the blade. The street price of this knife runs about $125. So the first thing that we're going to talk about is the blade. Scandi ground. It is a true Scandi from the factory. My phone's not going to show you here, but it is a nice thin edge. This thing just feathers. This isn't my best example, but whatever. It feathers great. It has a nice 90-degree edge. So if you want to throw sparks on a ferro rod, this thing throws amazing sparks. Now, I told you I was going to talk about the steel, Böhler K720 or O2. O2 is a steel that's similar to O1, but it has less corrosion resistance and more toughness. I'll tell you right now, this knife came lightsaber sharp, and it is, as of right now, the easiest knife I've ever sharpened. I bring this edge back to slicing through space and time really quick. Very, very impressive, and it holds an edge very well too, and that's something that's a lot better than some of the other more mainstream knives that we might talk about. So it's not a common steel here. Now the blade, I forgot to mention this, it's Casstrom, it's Swedish knife, or Swedish forest knife. But the blade, or the knife, as far as I can tell, or actually it was confirmed by Casstrom on Instagram, is made in Spain. I have no problem with that. Fit and finish, guys, is perfect. So as far as the blade goes, man, I love this thing. Is there anything else? I mean, it's super tough. If you want to baton with it, the knife will baton anything that you can get this 4.5-inch blade over. I have no question you can baton it. Now, a good blade is cool, but to me anymore, it's really not what makes a knife. There's a lot, metallurgy has come so far that a lot of people can put together a good blade, a decent shape, a good grind, and a good heat treat. What really for me makes the Swedish Forest knife is the handle. So this handle shape is very unique. It fits the hands very well. Something that I'm going to start talking about that I didn't talk about in the past is comfort with gloves. Without gloves, no hot spots whatsoever. Now, I do put my thumb up on the blade. I have noticed that when my form is a little bit off and I start applying more pressure, I get a little bit more hand fatigue than I'm used to, possibly due to the curve, but I'm not sure. But when I'm using the proper form, when I'm really paying attention to what I'm doing, and the wood is just doing what I want it to do, the handle is so nice, guys. And with gloves. So a handle like this that's super comfortable without gloves is not always super comfortable with gloves. This is a fine finish on the handle. There's not a lot of traction there. It is slippery. I have found that due to the handle geometry, even wearing wool slippery gloves, that I don't have any problems with my hands sliding forward or back. I mean, we've got this nice finger notch here, and I think the curve of the handle helps keep it in your hand. And you also have nice contouring for the geometry as a whole. So these are not blocky scales at all, guys. I mean, for a production knife, there is no bushcraft knife that exists that puts this thing to shame. It's really, really nice. And you can get these handles in fancy woods and stuff as well. I can't comment on the durability of them because I haven't had them. What I can say, I have no issues with this handle, no worries about this handle. It's not too thick for me. It's not too thin for me. Just pretty much on the money. Something that I don't probably talk about enough is the sheaths. The Casstrom comes with a nice leather sheath. It's not really hard to get out, but it does stay quite nice. I've never had any retention issues. I am shaking it free. This is not Kydex, but I've ran with it. I've done lots of things. I've never had an issue with retention. But with that being said, it is fairly basic. You can get them with fire steel loops. I wish I would have done that because I just love fire steel loops. But what can take the Casstrom Sheath to the next level, in my opinion, is a product that they offer that I wish everybody offered. And that is, come on, hands. That is this Casstrom dangler. It's got this nice D carabiner here, made specifically for this. I don't know of anybody else that does this, but this is how I wear this sheath. It is so nice, and to be honest, I wear this dangler and I'll change the knives. I'll throw an Essie on here or whatever else on this dangler, and it's just phenomenal. It's easy to take the knife on and off while keeping this on your belt. You can also use this to hang other stuff up. This will get its own separate product review because it is a product that for some reason is just missing on the market that shouldn't be. It's so great. If I could get these carabiners myself, I would. And I'd make my own more tactical dangler. And it's so good. So the sheath by itself, it's a thumbs up. It's a good sheath. Thick enough leather. I just have no issues with it. It is pretty basic, and I could see certainly upgrading it in the future. I think that the knife is worth a sheath upgrade. Any knife that is worth keeping and using often is worth a premium sheath. But then when you add this dangler to the equation, I could still upgrade the sheath, but it just makes it so nice. So if you buy the dangler, when you buy this knife, this sheath combo is 2 thumbs up. So when I'm wearing the knife out and around, like I wear basically all of my knives of this size, this is how I wear it. On the dangler, right at my side. Walking, I hardly know it's there. When I run, I do feel it slap around, but if I'm running, usually I'm not worried about little things like that anyways. But what's nice about this is I can move it out of the way when I need to. It stays out of the way when I need it out of the way. It can move freely. It's just, to me, it's very comfortable. I don't like having sheaths attached directly to my belt, because then they end up poking me in the gut, or they end up pointing out back and getting in the way of something and messing up my belt, or just being irritating in general. So I like the knife to be able to kind of do whatever it is that the knife wants to do. And this Casstrom sheath with dangler allows me to do exactly that. Jimbo! Come here, bud! So guys, I titled this video, "The Bushcraft Knife You Didn't Know That You Needed." Come here, Jimbo! And I mean exactly that. I'm going to categorize this video as a quick review because it's not going to take a whole long time. I've had this knife for quite a while, and although I haven't had it on an adventure trip yet, I've had it on lots of bushcraft trips, and I absolutely love it. I can't say enough good things about this knife. There are American production knives that are much more expensive, that have nothing more to offer, and in many cases have less to offer. It's a shame to me that more people don't know about it, because I feel like there are a few knives of legendary status. I mean, you can get this knife for the same price as the top spot. Guys, there's no comparison. I guarantee you, no question, hands down, no comparison, in my opinion, in fit and finish, in quality. I mean, the tops is good quality, but in comfort, there's just no comparison. And in value, nah. And it's not like the Casstrom is this hard knife to find either, or you have to get on a waiting list or something like that. It's a production knife. You can go right now and buy it. And I'm telling you, if you like to bushcraft, if you like bushcraft knives, you probably should. So, I hope that you enjoyed this video. I will be comparing this to some other knives soon. That's why I didn't do a full, long review, because you're going to be seeing this knife a lot very soon, and you're going to see this knife a lot always, because it's not going anywhere, because I'm keeping this knife for the long run. And I only do that with knives I really like. So please subscribe. Let me know what you think in the comment section below. I love having you. I'm going to do a video pretty soon on this Czech parka I got from Daleka for $27. They are amazing. And, you know, if you want to see a review on anything, or if you have any questions, let me know. And I hope that you have a blessed day. Thank you very much.
The Ancient March, played by the United States Marine Pipe and the Drum Corps.